friends out there. This is Happy Lobo, and I'm always happy. I'm also happy because I have a new look. Yes, I look a little different today, but I like it. Do you like different things? Do you like different stories? Yes, I have a new story today, and today's story is about a wise old man. Are you ready? Come on, let's start the story. Once upon a time, there lived a wise old man. He was a farmer, and he lived at the edge of the village. Life was tough there because he was poor. All he had was a tiny house. He had a small field where he grew some vegetables, and he had an old, very old horse. An old horse. Poor old horse. Do you know how he got this horse? This horse was given to him by his father. So you can imagine how old this horse is. The old man lived with his son. Yes, a very helpful boy. So this little boy would go to school after helping his father at the field. Every morning, the father, the son, and the old horse would go to the field first, early in the morning, and they would work there. The horse would help them to till the field, and they would grow some vegetables. They would come back with a harvest. Whatever that they grew there, they would bring back home. And after that, the young boy would go to school. He was a very happy, cheerful boy. He would hop and jump, and he would always be smiling. That's a happy boy. They were poor, but they were happy. One morning, when the boy came out, he found that something was different. Yes, something was different. It was not as usual. He looked around and saw the house. Nothing different there. He saw the field. Nothing different there. He saw the tree where you tie the horse, and the horse! Yes, the horse was missing. He said, Dad, the horse is missing. And the old man peeped out and said, What happened? The horse is missing, Dad. Oh no, that was a disaster. Their good old friend, the helpful horse, went missing. Maybe they forgot to tie it the previous night. The horse was gone. That's a bad news, because they depended on the horse. The horse was very helpful. Although he was old, he would carry the load. He would help them in the field. But now he was gone. So they went around looking for him. They looked for him in the meadows. No horse there. Near the river side, no horse there. They even went to the mountains. No luck there. They even went to the nearby forest, but they didn't find the horse. And they came back tired and sad. Really sad. The horse was missing. The boy went to school, but today he was not at all happy. He was very sad. He didn't talk to anyone. He didn't play, and he came back home very sad. It was a small village, so the news spread very fast, and everybody saw that this boy is not as cheerful as he was. And soon the villagers came to meet the old man. They all came home and said, Oh, such a misfortune, such a bad news. You lost your horse. That poor horse. I wonder where the horse is gone. And how will you manage without the horse? He was such a helpful. Oh, no, what a disaster. What a bad thing to happen to you. And they all told so many bad things. The old man was listening to everything, and he was silent. But finally, he spoke. He said, it's true that I lost my horse, but we don't know whether it's good or bad. It can be good. It can also be bad. Who knows? And that's what the old man said. This got all the villagers confused. He had lost his horse. And of course, that looks like a bad thing. But why is this old man saying this? They got very confused and they went back murmuring. They went back home. The next morning, the old man woke up to some noise outside. He was very curious. He went and he opened the door, and to his surprise was his horse. The old horse had come back. Yes, it was such a happy thing, such an happy moment, because their good old friend had come back. But that's not all. The old horse brought two young horses, two wild, energetic, beautiful horses. So now they had 3 horses. Isn't that wonderful? You thought they lost the horse? No, but they have 3 horses. The little boy was also very happy because there was the old horse and they had 2 new young horses. They were wild, of course. When the villagers heard this, they also got excited and they all rushed home again. They said, wow, wow, what a wonderful thing. You are so lucky. You have 3 horses now. What a magnificent horse this one is. And look at the other one. Oh, so beautiful. You are such a lucky old man. You are blessed. And they were praising him. But the old man was silent. He did not speak. But at the end, he spoke. He said, I know I have 3 horses now, but is it good or is it bad? No one knows. It can be good, it can be bad, but who knows? That was a strange reaction, the neighbors thought. Why wouldn't he be happy? Why shouldn't he be happy, in fact? He has 3 horses now, but this old man says it can be good, it can be bad. He's crazy. He's crazy. And they were very confused with what the old man said. And they went home confused. Strange. As days went by, the old man and his son and the old horse were working in the field. As weeks went past, the old man realized that the horse was getting weaker by the day. Yes, every time they took him to the field, he did not have the energy. He was growing old and old and old. And the old man decided that he should give this horse a little rest. And so he told his son, "Son, why don't you go and bring one of the wild horses that we have? It's going to be a little difficult to tame this wild horse, but then I'm sure you can do that." So the young boy went to get the wild horse. Can you imagine how wild these wild horses are? Yes, they're not tamed, so no one would have sat on them. So it's a tough thing to tame a wild horse. The young boy went very slowly. He took a rope and he looped it over the neck of the wild horse. Do you think the wild horse was happy? The wild horse panicked. He said, "Ee!" And then he just started running around. He bucked, he galloped, he even bumped. But the young boy by now had jumped over the horse and was holding the horse tight. The young boy was also strong, so he did not allow the horse to put him down. But then, it's a wild horse. The wild horse can get really wild, and that's exactly what happened. This horse shook very, very fast, and the boy lost his grip, and off he went in the air, and thud, he fell. Along with the thud, there was also a very faint crack. The boy's leg broke. And he cried in pain. Ouch! 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 He was in deep pain. The father ran to him and he realized this is not a good thing. the father got to know that the bone had cracked in 3 places. That's a bad thing. That's a bad thing. He slowly carried the boy home. There was a lot of chaos and a lot of noise. So obviously the villagers heard this and they came rushing to the house again. All the villagers, yes, all of them, and said, "Oh my goodness, what a tragedy, what a tragedy. Old man, what has happened here? Look at your son, he's broken his leg. What will you do now? He will not be able to walk, he will not be able to work. This is a tragedy, this is really bad news. Oh my goodness." And they went on and on and on and on. But the old man listened to all of this silently. And finally he spoke. I know my son has had a fall and broken his leg, but you never know whether it is good or it is bad. This thing that has happened can be good, can also be bad, but you never know. When the villagers heard this, they were done. They got really angry and said, "Are you mad, old man? Your son has broken his leg. He is in pain. He will not recover for the next few months. It is bad, and you still tell me that it can be good and bad. You are mad. You're crazy." And they were very angry. They were very furious. And they left the house and went away. That is something to think about. Whether it's good or it's bad, you never know. That's what the old man said. Now the young boy had a bad leg. And as you know, it will take many months for him to recover and then walk. He needed a lot of rest. That night, when everyone was fast asleep, there was a noise in the village. The soldiers of the king were marching into the village because the king had declared a war with the neighboring kingdom. It was wartime. Yes, fighting. And so these soldiers who rushed into the village took away all the young boys and young men. You know why they took them away? To make them soldiers, to make them, fight. So they took all of them, all the young men, all the young boys, they took them away. Except for this boy, because obviously his leg was broken. With a broken leg, he cannot fight. So they left him back. And they took all these people to the battle. Sadly, none of the men, none of the boys came back. They all died in the battle. Very sad. The boy still had a bad leg and slowly he was recovering. But then, with no strong young men in the village, it was the old man and this boy who went around to every house and helped them with whatever they wanted. That's a nice thing to do, isn't it? To help when they need help. So this old man and the boy helped everyone in the village. Every day they tried to help them. As time passed by and as everything settled in the villagers realized what the old man had said. The boy's leg was broken, so they didn't take him to the battlefield. And because of that, he recovered and he helped the entire village. They realized that the wise old man had something very nice to say. So they all visited the old man and told him, "Look, old man, we're really sorry for what we told about you, for what we said about you. Yes. We know that life is full of ups and downs, good things and bad things. But we never know how things can be good or bad. You were right when you said, who knows whether it's good or it's bad. You were right, old man. Now we realize that we should not take hasty judgments. Sometimes things don't look like the way it actually appears." And so the old man was very happy listening to this, because he always believed that when something happens, it can be good or bad. We never know So we should not make judgments. That was a good lesson that he taught the entire village. That brings us to the end of the story. Yes, the story with a happy ending. Of course, the boy recovered and went back to help his father with the 2 horses and the old horse, of course. And all the villagers loved them. That was a happy ending. Was that a nice story? Yeah, it was a beautiful story. I liked the story very much because the story taught me one beautiful lesson. And that lesson was to look at things, look at good things. Yeah, everything has got something bad and something good. But if you look at the good thing in it, do you know it's called positive thinking? Yeah, you might have heard this word, positive thinking. Think always positive. Think always about the good thing. So anything happens in our life, maybe in our house or maybe in the school, wherever it happens, it may look bad in the beginning. It may sound bad, but you never know. It can turn out to be something nice and beautiful, something very positive. So this wise old man has taught us to look at things in the right way, to look at things and be positive. Yes. And when you look at good things and think good thoughts and do good actions, you will be happy. Happy just like me. Happy Lobo. Okay, we've come to the end of today's story time. And before I go, I have to tell you all my stories. I have many stories which are on YouTube and on Facebook. You can go and listen to them. And how do you find me on YouTube and Facebook? Yes, just type Happy Lobo. Happy Lobo is me. And you can find my stories. Listen to all of them. Have fun. Keep smiling. And if you like them, drop a message. Give me a thumbs up. Is that a deal? So think positive and keep smiling. So here is Happy Lobo saying a big bye-bye to all of you. Bye, little